Fresh out of the campaign, you have once again sailed off to Karui shores. You have decided to play a very cool looking skill, Energy Blade.
Yeah, so I work out my neck and traps about 3 times a week. What about you?
Maybe you don't know where to start. Maybe you just wanna see how it's done. Or perhaps you have just randomly stumbled upon this video. In this video, I will go over 5, 50 and 500 divine versions of this build, as well as showcasing crafting 5 and 50 Giga from scratch, and showcasing some of the content that each version is capable of. Join me on this long-necked journey.
Together we will devour. The corrupt shall fall!
Let's talk a little bit about the main skill, the Energy Blade. It is very quite simple. First of all, it requires a one-handed sword or a two-handed sword to activate. We're gonna be using one-handed sword only. When activated, it cuts down a portion of your energy shield. After being activated, it replaces your weapon with, well, an energy blade, damage of which depends on the leftover energy shield. As you grow the energy shield number, the damage on the sword increases. Here is before and here is after acquiring a couple of thousand of energy shield. So, why do we care about the damage of said energy blade? Well, of course, we can just run around and smack stuff around with it, but that's hardly an effective application of the resources. I would much rather utilize this damage to cast some very powerful spells. Fortunately, the Inquisitor Ascendancy does just that. With the Instruments of Virtue Ascendancy passive, we grant access to Battle Mage, which reads: gain added spell damage equal to the damage of your main hand weapon. Let's try allocating it, and check out our spark damage. It shot up from 100 to 5000. All the damage from our energy saber is now applied to our spells. Take a look at this level 1 spark. If I put on this Ghost Strife, it is 5000 DPS on a level 1 spark. All of this is because of this interaction. Instruments of Virtue grants us added spell damage equal to the damage of main hand weapon. Damage of the main hand weapon is 37 to 740 lightning damage. We take this damage of our energy blade, which comes completely from our energy shield, via Instruments of Virtue Ascendancy, is added onto our spark at an effectiveness of added damage rate. So for the simplicity, I will just round it up to 200. What ends up happening is our spark receives this here 37 to 740 elemental damage, which is times 2, let's say it's 60 to 1.5k. And this here comes the damage of the spark, which is why you see this number right here on the level 1 spark. This whole interaction is further boosted by the Spellblade support, which does basically the same thing, just on a lesser scale. Let's sum up real quick. We take our energy shield and convert it into the energy blade with high base damage that is dependent on our energy shield. Then, by using Inquisitor's Instruments of Virtue Ascendancy passive as well as Spellblade support, we shove that base weapon damage into our spark at a rate that is equal to the effectiveness of added damage, so in this case 190%. Please take a note here that I am using Spark just as an example. This can be any spell you want. Without further ado, let's grab 5 divines and start building. First things first, of course, I'm going to change out those divines into more liquid chaos orbs. There we go. My first purchase is gonna be the unique that's gonna define the whole build. It is going to be a Foulborn Ghost Strife. And with that purchase made, let's head it straight into the explanation room. Okay, so what does this unique actually do? It gives us maximum energy shield, maximum life, and whopping 50 chaos res, which is pretty nice. The main thing is, it has a very powerful line. Your maximum energy shield is equal to 35% of your maximum life. You rarely encounter equal warding in this game. That means that at all times, our energy shield is gonna be 35% of our life number. This has a crazy interaction with the E-Blade. Take a look at my energy shield number when I activate it. This is right, it doesn't move. That is because this equal keyword is more powerful than the less keyword we have on the energy blade. And you know what is the best part? This completely negates the downside of the energy blade, granting us 50% less maximum energy shield. And this here unique opens up a way to play this character. So, our game plan right now is scale as much life as possible, which will grant us energy shield, which will be converted to the energy blade with high base damage, which will grant base damage to our spells. So, let's start working just on that. And since we are scaling life, we can start working on our tree. I'm gonna just highlight life and click some nodes that say life. since we are going full life, there's no reason not to click the Blood Magic keystone. It would grant us 10% more maximum life, but we'll remove all of our mana. We will deal with that later. With Blood Magic clicked, now all of our spells cost life instead of mana. So we need to do something about that. And do something about that we will. I'm gonna click some powerful regen wheels, which hopefully Templar has plenty of access to. Not only that, but as a Templar we have access to Consecrated Ground, which by itself provides us with a lot of regen. But wait, there's more. By allocating the Pious Path Ascendancy passive, our Consecrated Ground now also makes our life regen apply to energy shield regen, basically doubling its effectiveness. Right now you can see we have 1000 life regen per second, and to accompany it 1000 energy shield regen per second. From this point, all the regen we get is doubled. With all that figured out, we now know what we want from our gear, that is life and regen. So, to begin our gearing journey, let's buy a helmet with a fractured life. It also has to be an armor base. It can be a hybrid, but you have to have armor. Let's spend 1 divine on purple juice, because I know we're gonna need a lot of it. Yep. Now, what we're gonna be doing is open up the Horticrafting station and just do Reforged Life. We're gonna be doing Reforged Life until we see high tier, tier 2, tier 1 of increased life regeneration rate, or a combination of lower tier life regen rate plus flat regen. There is tier 1 life regen rate, and I do kinda want int. That prefix is useless. I don't really have useful prefixes in general, so I think I keep this helmet. Just by putting this single helmet on, take a look at our regen. We gained 350 regen. Crazy. For the gloves, it is similar story. Buy something that is an armor base, then spam Reforged Life. Oh wow, that's good resistances. Unfortunately, I really need recovery. There is still tier 3 life regen rate. I might be able to boat slam this. Let's see, what do I not want? I don't want accuracy, so let's buy an Exalted Orb. Let's head onto the Vesper. Welcome. Ooh, that's tier 3 regen. I am willing to settle for this. Yeah, I'm willing to settle for this. For now, those are my gloves. And just craft fire and chaos res. Onto the boots. And you won't believe it, it is exactly the same craft. Actually, those boots are quite nice. I'm gonna grab myself a Regal Orb. And maybe a Vesper can show me something. Do they have memory strands? They don't have memory strands. But nevertheless, I should try. Regals are very cheap. What the yo, we've gotten regen. Nice. I mean, this is a nice pair of gloves. They have a lot of resistances. Can I craft life recovery rate? I cannot. Kinda have to try and slam. I mean, I'm down. Those are decent boots, if they can hit. Ooh. I think I will settle for those without life recovery rate. And then let's do some mana, and then another Exalted Orb from Vesper. Any movement speed? No movement speed, unfortunately, but that's okay, I will just craft it. 20% is fine for now. Let's now socket them up. Jesus Christ, that's a price if I ever saw one. With all of those resistances, basically not having any resistances, you may be asking, hey, how are you gonna cap your resistances? This is where this amulet comes into play, the Untouched Soul. It grants various bonuses for empty sockets of a particular color. For white sockets, it gives 12% to all elemental resistances. Take a look at this. And we are way overcapped even without having resistances on any of our gear. Before checking out our semi-final resistance, regeneration number, let's grab a Haste Aura to reach low life. Our final regeneration number is 2100. Not bad for basically a naked character. We still have ways to go. I still have plenty of juice left, and this is just tier 3 regen rate on gloves. I think I will recraft them. Ooh, those are much better gloves now. Of course, I don't have an empty suffix for Chaos Res, but I think I can live without it. For the craft this right here, for some life, craft that on a helmet I believe, yeah, and we have 2200 regen, nice. For the rings, it's gonna be 2 of the exact same ring, so I'm gonna grab 2 plain old Vermilion rings. Because this base grants increased maximum life, and hey, as we established earlier, that's exactly what we want. Crafting them will require essences. To be precise, essences of zeal. Place a bulk order, and wait a bit. Also, need to change out one more divine. I said one. Thank you very much. Alrighty, orders are filled. That means we can start crafting the rings. We're looking for a simple 2-stats ring with this essence mod of cast speed. This essence mod plus tier 2 life, or maybe I will settle for tier 3 if I'm not desperate yet. But it is a tier 3 life, I will start rolling the other ring. This one hit tier 1 int and then open everything, so I'm gonna try to slam life. Ooh, okay, that's a decent looking ring. I would of course like an open suffix. This ring is now better than this ring, so I'm gonna continue rolling this one. Then there's tier 1 strength, I guess I'm exalting this. I get tier 4 life, nope. Ooh! Unfortunately there's 2 useless suffixes. I would like to try and annul one of them. Oh nice, annuls are cheap already. Come on. Hit the cold damage. Okay, it hit the fire res. That's completely acceptable. I can now just craft Chaos Res mod. So something like this. Okay, do I want to regrab this ring? Not for now, but maybe a little bit later if I have leftover currency. Also, this ring can use an Exalt Slam. Now let's put those rings on and check out our HP number. Up to 7300, not half bad. Do you by any chance know an item that is specifically for self-casting spells with good life scaling? I do know this item. We're looking at Wrathpit's Globe. Let's take a look at what it does. First of all, sacrifice 10% of your life when you use or trigger a spell. That part is already handled by our immense regen. We can spam away and basically won't notice the impact on our life. But what do we get for such an immense downside? Well, 3% crit and 3% spell damage per 100 life, which we have a lot of and we're gonna have more. This here little shield currently gives us about 200% increased crit and 200% increased spell damage, which is gonna be even more. Let's take a look what this shield does at our spark. It almost triples the spark damage. It went from 8000 to 20,000. Hey, that's a nice shield. With such a massive health regen, I would also like to utilize it for some damage. Introducing Righteous Fire. It will burn for the percentage of your maximum shield and life every second as fire damage, but will grant you more spell damage. We should have enough regen to sustain it. However, I'm pretty sure if I start casting, no, we still have enough to sustain it. As of now, this debuff is degenerating us for 70% of our life pool. As of now, this debuff is degenerating us for about 1000 per second, which is more than completely covered by a regen, but I would still like to take, well, less damage. Which is why I'm gonna pack some maximum res here and maximum res here, bringing us to 80% maximum fire res. And with us figuring out that we actually want some maximum fire res, we can start thinking about jewels. I'm gonna grab a few jewels, I think about 4, with fractured increased maximum life. You can go for higher rolls, but I am a little broke at this point, as you can see. Now we're gonna change out our Divine Orb, Chaos Orb, and our Chaos Orb into Alteration Orbs and Augmentation Orbs. And we're gonna be crafting those jewels using Alteration Spam. First, of course, I'm gonna scour all of them, and then I'm gonna be Alteration Spamming until I see any max resistance, preferably of course fire. Okay, we have one. Oh my fucking god, I rolled over it. Okay, we have another one, unfortunately, once again, not fire. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't know, when you are alteration spamming, you can hold Alt and it will change your cursor to an augmentation orb. Oh, maximum fire res, unfortunately it's a low roll. And for the last jewel. Oh, okay. Unfortunately we hit only one max fire res. Phew! Nice. I didn't expect us to be left with some alt orbs after that. Nevertheless, let's head over to Vesper and finish those jewels. What do I want here? I'll grab Dex Int, then next one. Here I would like Cast Speed. Now this jewel. I would like... Ew, all of those are terrible. I guess attack speed with swords will get at least some more potent shield charging. Then lightning res, I guess. It's not useless. And yeah, in case that's not clear, I have given myself a free pass on using the League mechanic, since it's cool, and really I would just Exalt Slam them. All of those are useless. Let's see... Ew, why are they so bad? I guess attack speed shield is not terrible. And this one, we have attack cast speed, fire res, strength int. This one is actually good. And for the last one, fire damage, evasion rating, trap damage. I don't need any of those, I guess. Let's grab this one. I completely forgot to swap resistances. We're gonna use Harvest Bench, and it allows us to swap modifiers that grant resistances into other modifiers that grant other resistances. So for example, this here jewel has maximum lightning res, we're gonna convert it into maximum fire res, and thank god it high rolled. Then we have this here jewel, which has maximum cold res, which we're gonna do the same thing. Cold to fire, and it's low rolled. Now we have this here jewel, which also has maximum cold, and we're converted to maximum fire. Nice, we have plenty of life force, so I think I can... I need to divine this jewel, and I need to divine this jewel. Let's see. For this, I'm gonna buy some blue juice, 54 chaos, since fire. Now, what I'm gonna do is type in lightning fire. This has fire res. Now I'm gonna change it to lightning res, and now I'm gonna change it back to fire. Fucking hell. It didn't divine. Then I'm gonna do the same thing for this jewel. Fucking hell, it stayed the same. I still have some juice. I'm gonna do it one more time. I really want that 2% fire. Ah! Let's do it one more time. One more time. I still have purple juice left from the crafting. I say one more time, but I bought juice for two more times. Fire, lightning, fire into lightning, and back. Oh, okay, 2%er. Then show me 2%, 1%. Okay, but now I can actually put those jewels in. 2, 3, and 4. We are now sitting at 87% fire resistance, which our Righteous Fire basically doesn't degen us at all. That whole process also almost brought us up to 8k life. Our Energy Blade now does upwards of 1.1k damage. Speaking of jewels, let's also grab ourselves a unique jewel, a Watcher's Eye, with damage penetrates lightning res while affected by Wrath. Slot this right in. You may inquire, but hold on, you're not affected by Wrath. This is where the Race Specter gem comes into play. Let's change out our last Divine. There we go. And we're gonna buy ourselves, well, a corpse. Perfect Spirit of Fortune to be precise. This might be confusing if you've never seen that. So, what we can do is we can right-click this corpse and put it on ground. Then we can cast Raise Specter on it, which is gonna raise a Specter. This is a permanent minion, it is not going anywhere. If it dies in map, it comes back. So, what does it do? Well, two things. It casts Rough Aura. Wonderful, this is exactly what we wanted for Watcher's Eye. It also gives us lucky lightning damage. If you take a look at this spark, the roll range is ginormous. So, it being lucky is a great boon. To further benefit from it, we're gonna grab a new keystone here, Rolling Tempest. 50% more maximum lightning damage, 50% less minimum lightning damage. Honestly, even without lucky damage, it's hella worth it because it greatly raises our top end. And while we are on topic of keystones and damage, we're also gonna grab Pain Attunement for 30% more spell damage while on life, since we're always on low life. And Iron Will, since we have a lot of strength. And, of course, can't forget about the Righteous Providence, one of the most powerful ascendancy points in the game. 1% increased crit strike chance per point of strike, or int, whichever is lower. You get lower one of those attributes, in case 320, in our case 329 int, and this is how much crit chance you get. If we take a look at our Spark without supports, which has basically, how much is it? 6% base crit chance. At our tooltip, it is 41% chance to crit. Crazy, huh? Would you look at that, the only slot we are missing is Belt. And for the Belt slot, I'm choosing the Magnate. This build provides us with strength, elemental resistances, and, most importantly, chance to deal double or even triple damage if we meet the strength thresholds. Which we do. Next up, the Anoint. I'm gonna go for Sepia, Violet, plus Opalescent. This, on the Untouched Soul, Sepia, Violet, Opalescent, is gonna give us 7% increased maximum life. We are up to 8.5k. Okay, it's almost time to handle our gems. We're gonna put our Haste Aura on the Eternal Blessing support. This is going to make this aura free, getting rid of the reservation, just like that. But that doesn't mean we're not gonna be using our reservation slots. We're gonna want Petrified Blood and Tempest Shield, 1 and 2. Those are both great defensive auras, however, at the time, they reserved a bit too much health for my liking. This is why we're gonna grab the reservation wheel right here, with the increased life reservation efficiency of skills. Now they're just under the threshold. I'm gonna throw some points into chance to block attack damage, this is a really good cluster, as well as chance to block spell damage, per 5% chance to block attack damage. This, with Tempest Shield, bring us up to a 49% chance to block spell damage. And the remaining 3 points are gonna go into cast speed, plus some crit. Now, believe it or not, I actually want to afford the 6 link, so I'm gonna place a very stingy order of 1400 fusing orbs for 100 chaos orbs, and hopefully it fulfills pretty soon. Meanwhile, I'm gonna sell some of my leftover crafting resources, cash some of the money back. This will probably sell, and then I'm gonna sell some life force, 2400 for 48. There we go. Hopefully this sells soon. Good day, everyone. I'm now back from work. It is time to finish what I have started. Thankfully, all of my trades have fulfilled. There we go. There we go. Also need to buy some of those sweet jeweler orbs. I don't actually remember how much you need for the 6 sockets. Oh, you only need 350. That's great. And then we can afford 6 links. Nice, we have our 6 link now. With the 6 link acquired, it is now time to talk about the spell. I'm going to be using Flame Blast of Celerity. Flame Blast of Celerity is a channeling spell. You channel it as it gains stages, it deals more damage, and it gains more AoE. It synergizes very well with Energy Blade, because of all the more modifiers it has. Also, as an added benefit, this line from Wrathwhip Globe, Sacrifice Life on using a spell, only triggers 1 for channeling spells, so you don't have to keep sacrificing the spell. If you tap it, you can see it going down, but if you hold it, your health bar basically doesn't move. On the topic of empowering, this league they have added Pact spells. It just so happens that the Flame Blast of Celerity is a channeling spell, and thus it works with Pact of Lycia, and it works in the best way possible. So, let's see here. It says that this empowers next 3 channeling spells you cast, and empowering spells deal 40% more damage. We can press this. We can hold our Flame Blast of Celerity, and would you look at that, those charges are not consumed. Only when we do recast the Flame Blast of Celerity, the charge is consumed, meaning that for the whole entirety of our channeling this, only 1 charge of Pact of Lycia is consumed. Wonderful! For the support gems, we're gonna go with increased critical strikes, increased critical damage, infused channeling, and lightning pen. And of course, how can I forget the spell blade? I'm also gonna grab Frostblink and shield charge for movement. Now we have some empty sockets, and our resistances are way overcapped. This is why I'm gonna buy some chromatic orbs. Holy hell are they expensive. Well, let's start with 10 chromatic orbs. We still have the Untouched Soul Amulet, giving us an opportunity to get 40 maximum life for each empty red socket. So I'm gonna try and get some red sockets. For example, on this here helmet. Hindsight, I should have used the bench, which this is exactly what I'm gonna use for those gloves. Please give me red socket. Ooh, 2 red sockets. That's just great. We're almost up to 9k life, and we can still afford some chromos. So I think I'm gonna do the same thing, and it gave me 2. Oh, that felt so good. How are our resistances? Ooh, cold res is a little off. However, we're up to 9k life already. It looks like I still have a little bit of funds left over, which is why I'm gonna buy this here sword with an abyssal socket. Boom, and this is going to be my new Energy Blade. And to compensate for a loss of white socket, I'm gonna fill this with Abyssal Jewel that has cold res and maximum life. Now our resistances should be looking good, yes indeed they are, and we're up to 9.4k life. And we still have a little bit of chaos left over, which is perfect, because I want myself another Specter. This time we are grabbing ourselves a perfect Pain Artist, which provides us with a Zealotry aura, as well as 30% crit multi. Plop it down here, resurrect it, and look at that, we have Zealotry and Rough aura. In any sort of mapping situation, they are probably not surviving, but for boss encounters, they are gonna be very useful. Next, I'm gonna buy some Alteration Orbs with my leftover monies, and try to roll those flasks somewhat. Okay then, with all of that out of the way, let's see what we can do against regular Eaterr. If you like the video, please consider subscribing, liking, or leaving a comment. Any one of those actions will greatly help me with the algorithm and surviving in the sea of the slop content on the YouTube. Well, that was easy. You know what? After some consideration, I have decided I want to attempt an Uber. Let it be the Uber Shaper. Whew. Oh, there's Death to Slam. Okay. Okay, phase 1 done. Ah, Death to Slam once again. It's okay, that's only -2 portals, and phase 2 is basically done. Okay, phase 2 done. Jesus Christ, there's so much shit out here. Really, you're starting with this shit? Oh, I don't have a pot, I might die here. Oh, okay, looks like I'm fine. Ooh. My heart rate right now is about 120, I think. Oh my lord, I just stood in the balls. But that's okay. I think I've got it. I think I've got it. Oh, just gotta... Okay, I'm gonna wait out this debuff. Where the fuck are you? Woo! Oh, Uber Shaper on a 5 divine budget. Oh, yes. Yes. Whew. You know what? This character deserves some MTX, goddammit. This Divine Paladin. Because guess what? We are in fact a Divine Paladin. And some inconspicuous hat maybe. Maybe this? Nah. It's too cocky. Maybe this? This. I think this is an appropriate look for somebody who has defeated Uber Shaper, I mind you, on a 5D budget. And yo, I have gotten an unblinking eye. What about the mapping part of the build, I hear you ask? So, this one is for you. Don't look at the title, this is not Legion. I am farming Betrayal plus Atlas boss rushing. That means I am running a Templar Astrolabe on this here Mesa map. For the Scarabs, well, first of all, the map, and for the Scarabs, I am running 2 Betrayal Scarabs of Unbreaking, 1 Reinforcements, and 2 Domination Scarabs, just for fun. And then, when we're in the map, you're gonna see in a second how this looks. So, what I would do is run around the map, grab all the shrines, of course, and whenever I see Betrayal interactable, I'm gonna go in right here, complete it really quick. As you're gonna see, this build just one-shots all the Betrayal members. Well, not the actual one-shot, but the implied one-shot. Just click them in a somewhat adequate manner, hopefully. I'm good at clicking Betrayal. Now the intervention is gonna pop up. Kill that, there we go. Now go kill the boss, just like that. And then find the last Betrayal interactable. This is it. And basically, this is... I have been running this strat for quite a while. Of course, this is a Betrayal strategy, so it does require some brain power. If you don't know how to run Betrayal, well, if you are willing to learn it, it's actually very fun. You are farming those Syndicate medallions, and you can run them for Veiled Chaos, which is at the moment 17D. On the medallions themselves are 5D a pop, quite a good price. I think I was able to make something like 25D an hour running this strat. It's really good, can recommend. So, and now it is time for a summary for a 5 Divine build. It is one of the most potent 5 Divine builds I have played. As you saw right there, we killed Uber Shaper, which is a pretty hard Uber. It is a defense check, and boy do we have defense. 3.3k life and energy shield regeneration, giving us a total of almost 7k regeneration a second. Damn, that's crazy. If you are yearning for a powerful build, I can highly recommend this one. I give this 5 out of 5 for single target, 3 out of 5 for mapping. It is a little bit awkward because of self-cast, and 5 out of 5 for satisfaction. Life number go up, regeneration number go up. With 5D version out of the way, it is now time to proceed with the 50 Divine versions. Boy, do I want to make some upgrades to this gear. Without further ado, the first slot we're gonna be upgrading is gloves. I'm gonna buy those here gloves. It's just a strength based with a fractured strength, and after I'm done buying them, take a look at those gloves. They're literally just 1 mod gloves. I mean 2 mod. And to craft those gloves, I'm gonna be spamming them with Deafening Essence of Spite for guaranteed intro. This order is now filled, so I'm gonna be spamming those gloves until, you won't believe it, I'm hitting increased life regeneration of a tier 1 variety, maybe tier 2. Alright, that was easy. That was suspiciously easy. Nevertheless, to finish this crafting, I'm gonna be using Eldritch Chaos Orbs. 71. What the hell is this price? Oh, they went up a little bit. Okay, let's... And right now it's gonna be the good old mana VECR. I'm gonna craft mana, and I'm gonna slam. What I'm looking for is tier 1 life. If I don't like what I'm seeing, Eldritch Chaos. Mana. Slam. Rinse and repeat. Oh, there we go. Tier 1 life. Isn't this a beauty? Now I'm gonna both exalt and hope for hybrid life. Well, I got tier 2 armor instead. It's not useful, but it's something, I guess. And then I'm gonna be able to just craft armor, maximum life. Give me 14 life. There we go. And those gloves look much better. When we put them on, we gain almost 100 life. For now, I do this. While I'm here, I also cover Eldritch Implicits, because previously I kinda fumbled by not doing them, and they are actually very important. Okay, so on the Exarch side, we care for the... There we go, a nerf, and here we care for lightning exposure. I cannot believe that I saw every exposure 2 times now except for lightning. It took 1. Nice, I like my new gloves. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing, but with a helmet. And let's begin asset spamming. Once again, we're looking for life regeneration rate. Holy shit, that's a good helmet. Holy fuck, that's a good helmet. Maybe I keep this, but no regeneration rate sucks. You know what, I'm gonna buy an annul for this occasion. Okay, I annulled the cold dress. There we go. Crafting life, armor life. Now I'm gonna amber this, Eldritch Exalted Orb, to fill the prefixes. Now this is gonna fill prefixes. I don't care about this mod. I did this for the sole reason of both exalting this, and hopefully it will provide me with life regenerate. Any life regenerate? No, but tier 2 chaos res. Good resale value. Oh, you know what? Nah, I'm not selling this. But I will, however, just buy a new base, because that looks too good. Again, let's continue on spamming. Damn, I don't know how much I saw tier 1 rarity, no recovery rate. Tier 2. No. Is this good? Is this good enough? Am I willing to settle for tier 2? How much is the difference? It's 2% difference. I think I'm settling for tier 2. This ate enough of the essences already. And now, with the prefixes, you will not believe it. 25, 34, VCR. Craft, Slam, Scour, Slam. Unfortunately, no life. That means Eldritch Chaos. And this hit tier 6 life. Eldritch Chaos again. And regular exalts. Eldritch Chaos, tier 3 life, nope. Yeah, I'm settling. This is good enough. This is more than good enough. I want to spend my funds elsewhere. Now for the Eldritch affixes. Here I'm gonna look for cast speed. And here I think Fist Taken as... Oh, there it is. Fist Taken as fire. Wonderful. Now just handle the sockets. One red. There we go. And this is my new helmet. It is looking good. We are now way smarter. If only it was that easy to solve that in real life. This here helmet that I have crafted previously, I will list for like 5 divines. Maybe it sells. If it sells while I'm recording this, I will make sure to inform you. Take a little bit of a break from boring crafting. Let's gamble a little bit. I'm going to be gambling on my ghost trap. And the method is, well, tempering orbs. Oh, the wrong orb. Hold on a second. I actually need the... What do you call the orb for? Alright, I need the tailing orb. That's the one. Ooh, it's a bit more expensive. Let me first do this. One tailing orb. Let's see. Show me defense. Attribute. Oh, isn't that nice? I hit defense. I also hit 15% mana. If that was 15% defense, it would have been a very expensive item. But hey, so we gained 2 extra percentage. Energy shield equals to life. Beforehand we had 3500 energy shield. 3400 maybe? I don't remember. Basically, we have gained some energy shield from this. Not much, but hey. My next order of business was crafting a ring, and the craft is the exact same as it was in the 5D version. I just spammed the cast speed essences in it until I saw something good. If I happened to hit an open prefix and good suffixes, I both slammed it. It happened a few times. In the end, I have gotten a ring like this, with int, cast speed and elemental resistances. I then proceeded to craft mana and both slam it again. I didn't hit what I want, so I removed crafted mod, and, well, I am about to remove crafted mod and both slam again. And hey, would you look at that, tier 2 life. Of course I would have been more happy with tier 1, but for now, this ring will do just fine. The only thing remaining is to change that int into strength with a ducat. Hopefully I hit first time. I want to craft a really cool belt. In order to do that, I'm gonna first need to change out some divines into chaos orbs and buy a few bases. Hopefully I will just need 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, belts are acquired. Now I'm gonna need a few Elder's Exalted Orbs to apply the influence to those belts. And I don't really care what they rolled, since I'm gonna be scouring all of them anyway. Now we have nice white belts. The next step is to grab some Alteration Orbs. This time I'm gonna probably need quite a few, and I'm going to be rolling those belts. I need 1 belt with life, 1 belt with percentage life, 1 belt with strength, and 1 belt percent attributes. Let's get rolling. Oh, there we go. Wonderful. Now we can start the actual craft. Okay, I'm gonna try to walk you through the crafting as much as possible, but it is gonna be pretty esoteric since it's a recombination craft. And we're gonna be utilizing some ducats as well. Precisely. Pantheon aspect ducats, which are... Ooh, those went up in price. I think I'm gonna need to waste some more divis. Come on, fulfill. There we go. We're gonna grab like 6 of those maybe, and then wrap and mine the cuts. We're gonna need a little bit of those as well. I'm also going to need regal orbs, and let's go boating. Let's go boat. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna regal both those belts, and I'm gonna pick a prefix. Or fuck me, I guess. Maybe I won't pick a prefix in the end. Gosh darn it. Okay, hope thankfully. I think I have another strength belt. I don't, so I need to roll another strength belt. Yikes. Okay, that works. So, I have this rare belt with a single strength modifier. What I'm gonna do now, craft onto it the Pantheon aspect. It is always gonna be a suffix. It doesn't matter what you pick here. I also have this wonderful attribute helmet. What I'm gonna do is regal orbit, and hopefully it gives me a prefix this time. Or maybe fuck me. What the hell is with those items? Gosh darn it. Oh, and this is the attribute one, it was so hard to roll. And then I think I'm gonna try to boat annul this shit. 36k sulfur. Nah, I'm gonna just regular annul. Okay, nice. I annulled this. Now I'm gonna craft a Pantheon aspect onto this as well. And once again, it doesn't matter what we do. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recomb those belts. This belt has 4 suffixes, this belt has 4 suffixes. So we have a really good outcome of picking 2 suffixes. And since those mods are non-native, our recombinator cannot pick them. And don't forget to do the unstable recombination. There is like a 90% chance that we are gonna see a belt with strength and increased attributes here. Wonderful. This is exactly what we wanted. This is a very pretty belt already. The recombinators are kinda like lottery. Imagine this is the prefixes of item A, this is the prefixes of item B. You shove them all into one place, you reach in, and unlucky, you only got one prefix. You do that again, and bada bim bada boom, you have an item with 2 prefixes. However, it is not necessarily true that those are 2 prefixes you want. This is why when recombinating, we want to avoid clutter prefixes, so that in the case we reach out and grab 2 prefixes, those are the prefixes that we want. However, the output of recombinator scales with the amount of mods you put in. If you put in only 2 mods, time and time again, you're gonna be getting an item with only 1 mod. And well, that does not progress the craft. This is where non-transferable mods come into play. You can imagine those little stones as a mods that are gonna get deleted as soon as they reach the recombinator pool. So, you throw all the stuff in, it has 4 modifiers, and when you reach out, you have a much higher chance to pull out those 2 mods. And those just stay there to have pull out. And in order to maximize the recombinator performance, we want to put mods that get destroyed when they are put into the recombinator. So the mods that you want are always the mods that you get. Now I'm gonna do something very similar, but for those 2 belts. We are using the trap and mine modifier to cut those shit out suffixes. Oh wait, I need prefix. Thankfully, I kinda got lucky in having prefix here. Okay, I take this belt, craft a suffix, so it has a higher chance of picking a prefix. I think that's how it works. If it doesn't, then, well, fuck me. Okay, trap and mine, trap and mine. Do we have a prefix? We have ourselves a prefix. Now I'm gonna throw those 2 into recomb. And we have, once again, a 90% chance to see a belt with percentage life and flat life. Oh, it deleted the mod. That's unfortunate. I also forgot to remove the crafted mods, but that's okay. Maximum life survived, and we still have a percentage life belt, if I remember correctly. Yep, we do. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this belt. And this will guarantee a suffix for a trap and mine mod. Remove the crafted mods, and now it's time to recomb. Hopefully, I will get what I want this time. Trap mod, life. Oh, hold on a second. Did I... Wait. Oh, I forgot to craft a trap and mine mod. That would have been bad. That would have been bad. Which is guaranteed to be a prefix. Yep. And now I can actually recomb them. Life, percent life, unstable recombination. Please don't fuck me over this time. Wonderful, we had percent maximum life and flat maximum life. And then we're gonna smash those 2 belts together in another recombination. Now, unfortunately, this step is quite random, and it requires us to do suffixes cannot be changed here, scour, and then prefixes cannot be changed here, scour. Now let's do suffixes, yeah, suffixes cannot be changed, scour, prefixes cannot be changed, scour. Now, once again, we're gonna craft some aspects onto those belts. And this step actually has a decent chance of deleting some of the mods, but you gotta just eat it. I think I'm out of mine mods. Yeah, I'm gonna get some more. Alright, I got some more drop and mine mods. Now, let's see, this here is Pantheon aspect, then trap and mine for a prefix. Great. Now, this one is gonna be a little random. First, it gotta be an aspect, because this is always a suffix. And then, trap and mine mod, and hopefully this hits a prefix. Oh, it hit 3 prefixes actually. Okay then, I'm on board. And basically, now we pray. Hopefully, none of the mods get eaten. But, once again, it does have a pretty good chance of eating some. And... oh yeah! Oh, that's the belt. Oh yeah, I'm happy with what I'm seeing right here. So, on this belt right here, I have spent about 8 divines in currency and maybe 5 divines in sulfur. But holy shit, look at that thing. It's it's very expensive, let me tell you that. There is one or two steps remaining to this craft. First, I'm gonna YOLO slam. I'm not gonna be crafting prefix or a suffix because I want to check out suffixes. Maybe it will have chaos res, all percent elemental resistances. It rolled pretty good fire res, but other than that, I'm not really stoked about any of those. Maybe I'll pick fire res? Yeah, I'll pick fire res. It's alright. And then I'm gonna craft like area. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm crafting this regen mod. And then for a final touch, I'm gonna buy some fertile catalysts. God damn, those are expensive. Wonderful, we have a 20 quality belt. And take a look at our life number when I equip it. Oh, that was plus 1k life from one item slot. Not half bad, and we're almost up to 4k regen. And that's even without an abyssal socket. Let me grab that. This jewel looks pretty good. The main thing is health anyway. And... ooh, almost 11k. Now that is some good stuff. Goodbye, Magnate. You were a good belt to us. And hey, would you look at that? Because we now have some percent attributes from our belt, we can unspec this point and grab a small life node, bringing us up to 11k life. And you know what? I think I really like my boots. This is why all I'm gonna do with them is buy a Veiled Chaos. Damn, them expensive. The Betrayal is printing. It's almost like I was running that for a while. Now I do. Suffixes cannot be changed. And just slam this pair of boots with the Veiled Chaos. Now, I'm gonna craft mana. And unveil. Hopefully I get something like Onslaught. Would you look at that? Onslaught, movement speed. And then for the final craft it's gonna be just life. It's just life. Give me 14. Oh, I rolled over it. There we go, 14 life. Since those are my finalized boots, I can now roll the Eldritch Implicits on them. From my Eaterr, I want... what do I want actually from my Eaterr? Life regenerate. There we go. And from Exarch I want either action speed or movement speed. There we go. I want to divine this belt. The divine on that is pretty terrible. Ideally I have max roll increased attributes and max roll increased life. Well, hey, would you look? Wow, that's a really good divine. To think it did... wow, it's almost perfect. It's 2 of strength and 1 of max life. Holy shit, that's a good belt. I am now at 11.3k life. Would you look at that? My energy blade will soon break 2k. Next step is to grab myself an actual amulet. The Untouched Soul is great and all, but... let's take a look at our resistances. When I unequip it, well, we're almost res capped, and those resistances can really be handled with a regular amulet. Or rather, with a Talisman. Honestly, this amulet is almost ideal for me, but I'm still gonna craft it. To do so, I'm gonna buy some more strength essences. This should do it. And well, we should get to spamming it. I want to see strength and high life roll. Okay, I have strength, life, and clean suffixes. It has just occurred to me that this is probably not worth imprinting over, because what I'm gonna be doing is just crafting something that I don't want, I'm sorry. Like, let's say... what do I not want? Let's say I don't want accuracy, so I craft accuracy, I then exalted slam this, and if I don't like what I see, I can try to annul, I can try to annul, I can try to annul, yeah, and then I can do that again, I guess. I guess there's value in imprinting, but honestly, I'd rather continue as on spamming. Yeah, I think buying those beasts was a mistake. But hey, you live and you learn. Crit multi-tier 5 is bad. I feel the... Can now attempt to boat slam a resistance or life? It shouldn't be that bad. I'm gonna see a few rolls. +1 fizz does nothing, but except maybe for providing resale value. So now I guess I can do this. Wow, that's tier 1 regen or tier 3 cast speed. It is hard to say no to tier 1 regen, to be honest. It is pretty hard to say no to this. You know what, 80 regen is gonna give me like 150, so that's basically nothing. I would much rather get cast speed, since it is more premium than the other one. And then maybe life? Oh shit, I got tier 3 life. Pretty good. Now I will just grab a Ducat that changes the attributes, right? This one. The Gentleman Ducat or whatever, and I'm gonna turn that dex into int, and it's gonna be my amulet. Do this, and then no, that's strength into int, that's no change. I guess that divines up the thing, and I still need to change one attribute, so we go again. And then dex to strength, nice, and they are well divined. Alright, the last step is to craft something, which I don't know what's gonna be. I really don't know what's gonna be. Adds lightning damage to attacks. And this is my amulet. Allied. It's not my amulet yet. I need to catalyze it. Okay, those catalysts are pretty cheap. That's a good thing. And yet, I still have to sell a DV for them. Come on. Okay, now grab some catalysts. Ooh, now that's nice. Unfortunately, you cannot anoint this amulet, but 15% attributes is much better than whatever you can get on an anoint. My life does decrease a little bit, which sucks, but I do get 10% cast speed and even more strength and even more int, providing some critical strike chance. And would you look at that, we are no longer bound by the untouched soul, meaning that socket pressure is relieved. Finally, I can use an enlightened support. Let me get my helmet, let me link the sockets, there we go. And then petrified blood goes into the colored socket, and I activate both of them. This, plus one more change that didn't happen yet, will allow me to unspec this here reservation cluster. So, what is that other change? You can buy yourself a ring with a fractured life rate reservation efficiency of skills. This is what I am doing. Yoink! And then I'm gonna be crafting it with... where is my tab? With the cast speed essences like I did craft my other rings. And I'm basically gonna be crafting it like this ring. I did not want to craft it this way in the previous section, because prices of this can be quite volatile. So, let's get rolling. I think I just came up with a way better way of doing this. I'm gonna need another base. Now, for this base, I'm gonna buy some life juice. The purple life force. And then I'm gonna be doing Reforged Life until I see tier 1 life. Well, that was quick. And I also need to not have suffixes. Well, that wasn't quick. Or a good suffix will do as well. Holy suffixes. Holy ring, to be honest. That's a good one. And it cannot roll much better. Well, maybe I can reforge more likely? Maybe I can reforge more likely? No. Tier 1? It is tier 1 life, but once again 2 suffixes. I kinda need to remove them. Nice, it survived. And now I'm gonna be recombing those rings. Yeah, like, I don't really care for this prefix, it can stay. And then I should be able to just recomb them, and the life has a good chance of surviving. If not for that energy shield, of course. Is there a way to remove that? There is. That's gonna cost me 2 divines. Is this ring worth 2 divines? I don't think it is. I think it has a chance to break, but it's not that big, so let's try and slam this together, see what happens. Ew, what the fuck is that? Alright, the essence mod cannot be transferred. That's what happened. Well, the worst possible thing fucking happened. How did I lose the fracture? Was? You can do that? You can lose the fracture in the recombination? Oh right, yeah, you can lose the fracture. Gosh darn it. Okay, no more recombination shenanigans for me today. I thought I am him. I will keep to my essence spamming. Yeah, I don't need a singular resistance. Oh, this is a singular resistance. And it is of a variety I need. Can I do something with it? I mean, I can try and bolt slam this. Maybe it will give me life, right? Does it have an open suffix? It does have an open suffix. Let's... actually, I don't mind checking out some suffixes. I should have minded, it turns out. I should have minded. I mean, okay then, show me life. No life for me. Okay, then I continue rolling. Yo, that's tier 1 attributes, but very bad cold res. Alright, I need my essences. This ring is eating more than I expected. And actually I can try just... No, I'm not gonna be life reforging this. Some cast speed essences. -1 divine. And we continue spamming. Alright, I have myself a ring now. Okay, thank goodness, it was taking so much time. Okay, can I equip it now? My cold res is bad, but I can just craft cold and chaos res, and it's gonna be fine. Okay, my resistances are good. My reservation is... Is it good though? Hold on a second. Is my reservation good? Yeah, I have exactly 49% reserved life. I can eat that in efficiency. I did lose a little bit in terms of life, but hey, I have 5 passive skill points. I'm about to make up for that. You know what? I probably have enough passive skill points to do something very cool with my tree. Let's see if that's true. Well, I definitely don't have enough dexterity now, do I? I'm gonna unspec this here wheel while I'm gonna go down, but now I'm going to grab every single life mastery I can. Yeah, I'm at 12,000 life, have 2 points remaining. Okay, I'll spec this temporarily. I would say this is better than what I had previously. Yeah. 12,000 life. The energy blade damage just broke 2,000. With 1 more life node clicked, I'm now up to 12k. Let's test the damage on the Uber Cortex for a little bit. Oh wow, there's 70% less... Oh okay, yeah, it's an Uber. Of course there's 70% less damage taken. What am I talking about? Oh, that was a block. Oh wow, I tanked it. I wonder whether I can tank that. Let's see. Okay, that was a block. That doesn't count. Well, it's not the fastest skill out there, but I think the survivability is well worth it. Here is a conundrum. I still have 19, maybe like more like 23 divines left with all of this, but I can't really do meaningful upgrades. Like I have skill gems left, the sockets to fill, like my specters are not tanky, which I can fix with, but I can divine recraft the rings. Those upgrades are really not gonna be meaningful. This is why I'm going a little bit in depth and buying a very powerful jewel, Allborn Red Dream. This one right here, however, is not yet powerful. We're gonna want an item that's called Flash of Zesht, and I'm gonna reroll this Red Dream, and hopefully I can roll life variant, and it's gonna be cheaper than buying one. Oh, I'm not recovering from this financially. This was a bad idea. Ah, there we go. Okay, so what does the jewel do? Well, it's a radius jewel, and whatever gets into that radius, if it gives fire res or all res, we're gonna get max life from it. Right now, if we put it in here, boom, we grant 400 health, which is not particularly powerful. Yes, there's this node, there's this node, and there's this node that gives fire resistance. However, fire tattoos exist. This one, Tattoo of Nakamu Firewalker. Oh my god, they're expensive as well. Oof. Oof. Hold on a second. Let's grab 6 of those tattoos. Maybe I'm gonna need 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, I need 1 more. Can I afford 1 more? I can. Nice. Let's pretend that I didn't just get into massive debt. And this single jewel now grants us almost 1.5k life. It gives 1,300 life. And yeah, that's basically what I wanted. The crit is almost capped. Regen is over the roof. Like there is total of 10k regen right here. Isn't that great? And the E-blade damage is 2100. As for the map that I would run, I would run nightmare maps. Of course, you better run them filtered because some mods absolutely break you, like Awakener Desolation or Syrian Exarch Runes. The Shrine the Atlas is pretty much the same as the previous one. Betrayal is pretty nice for boss rushing. You grab all the map mod effect for multi-fragments, and you run 2 Shrine Scarabs plus some of the fragment nodes. Because we are no longer using that advantage soul, the links in the shield charge really help move around, so you don't get stuck as much on the map. I don't think anything can actually kill me on this map, however the address splash can put that to the test. I don't know if I'm willing to tank it. Of course, since we're running shrines, we can grab those. Oh my god, so much gems are leveling up. So much stuff I cannot just run past. This is probably a bad showcase map. I'm keeping it anyway. I think I should be running a Quicksilver flask and, well, roll my flasks a little better overall. You know what we call it in the business? An exercise for the viewer. Activate the Eaterr, go to Chevron, and try to kill Chevron as quickly as possible, because she's the least obnoxious. Wonderful. Now try to kill the Eaterr. I'll try to kill Maligara. Okay, that was a... And then this thing is pretty easy. Like, even with the Maven spamming vitality booms and me being completely debuffed, you know what? I think I have to kill the fucking totems. Don't take this vitality boon, please. Okay, now it's dead. There we go. Ooh, a shiny. Please give me some reality fragments. Oh my lord! I think this is a sign to do Uber Maven. This is definitely a sign to do Uber Maven. And, well, who am I to deny that right? Let's do Uber Maven, since this is what the universe wants. I died to that? Was? Why do I die to that? I have 86 fire res. To say that I'm dumbfounded is to say nothing. I was so sure I tanked that. I think my pot was active as well. Was it crit? Maybe it was crit, then it would at least make a little bit of sense. Yeah, memory game. Come on now. Surely I don't die to the Cascade of Pain. It was fine. Okay then. That was a Queen 69 memory game. Oh my god. Oh, I got hit by the laser. GG. GG! Yeah, that's one downside of this character. If something turns off your regen, it's GG because you burn to death with the Righteous Fire. Yeah, the Cascade of Pain is fine. This, however, I really don't want to get hit by. Oh my god, that's a little stressful knowing that I literally die if I touch the beam. Please don't die. Oh, I died to take this? This is so bullshit. I guess I'm not spell blocked capped. Did I touch the beam? No, okay. I mean, it's not a terrible Uber Maven, but I've definitely had much better. The Empress, or how do you call this? Grace of Goddess. And it's a bad roll. Is it worth anything? It's generally not worth anything. I don't think I have ever dropped anything good from Uber Maven once. But hey, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the 50D version of the Energy Blade Inquisitor. And oh god, I almost forgot to include some great cosmetics. I think this, no, let's use tier 1 without anything fancy. And yeah, this, ladies and gents, is the 50D version of the Energy Blade Inquisitor. A powerhouse. If I were to compare it to the 5D version, well, it is exactly the same thing, just much better. It has like double the damage, triple the tankiness, and yeah, basically that's it. There is not much more to say about it. I give this a solid 5 out of 5 for bossing, 4 out of 5 for mapping, and still 5 out of 5 for scalability. It is still really satisfying to see number go up, to feel the Raptive Glow, the shield making you stronger, the E-Blade plus Ghost Strife making you stronger, and yeah, this is it. Guys, I was in the middle of assembling the 500D version, and suddenly I ran out of funds. Turns out, stacker builds are very hungry for funds. I understand that this looks kind of sad. But hear me out. those here items are in fact great upgrades to this character. So let's begin. Okay, this is the ghost stripe that I'm wearing. It has a 35% roll. This is the ghost stripe that I have crafted. It has a 43% roll. There are currently let's see. There are currently 1, 2, 3, 4 of those on the market, and the lowest price is 150D. Yeah. When I put this on, the damage of my energy blade is gonna go up to 2400. Not half bad, right? Right. Okay, good. Next up. You know this somewhat clunky Flame Blast of Celerity skill I've been using? Well, the truth is, there is a much better alternative. It is called Shock Nova of Procession. However, by itself, it is not actually that potent. Like, it looks alright. To really make it work, you gotta have yourself a greater spell echo, and this here gem costs 25D. So let's see, where's the infused channeling? There is infused channeling. And with the greater spell echo, now look at this. That's more like it. This is the skill I can get behind. You can really make this work. So that's another 20D. Now, of course, another big ticket item that unfortunately makes the number go down, but it is still a very potent item. Mage Blood. I'm gonna be using Ruby Flask, Quicksilver Flask, Silver Flask, Bismuth Flask, and then Bottled Faith for this sweet consecrated ground created during Flask effect applies increased damage taken. That is also further scaled by the consecrated ground effect right here. Then, of course, to go with this potent Ruby Flask, we have ourselves a Melting and the Flash with a -4 to all maximum resistances, capping all of our resistances at 90. This really makes the build pop. Another great benefit that Mage Blood provides is this here Flask suffix regenerate 3% of life during Flask effect, which is scaled by the increased effect affix enchantment on the flask. So this flask grants us about 5% life per second, all scaled by our life recovery. So right now this character is regenerating 10,000 units of life per second, basically its whole life pool. And now for some really cool stuff, the helical ring. Previously, I've mentioned how prefixes on rings are literally useless, and, well, this ring solves just that. On the suffixes, on the other hand, we have Tier 1 Strength, Essence Tier Crit Multi, Tier 1 Cast Speed, and then crafted all attributes. This ring is absolutely crazy. Take a look at our tooltip when I put this on. Currently, it is 2,200,000. This single ring turned it into 2,600,000, and then we reflect this ring. We're up to 3.4 million. Like what the hell? Changing out those rings 1.5x my damage, and that's before turning on Righteous Fire. Now tooltip says 5 million. So even though my total life pool went down a bit, my Energy Saber tooltip DPS went down a bit. The damage and survivability increase of those changes is completely bonkers. Not even mentioning that with the Mage Blood this build finally feels a little bit zoomy, because previously it was, let's be honest, it was rather clunky. As for the maps, well, I was running the same old strategy for farming nightmare maps, and, well, once again, I feel a little stupid doing that, but I'm just gonna showcase another abomination, and it's gonna be much smoother than the previous one. It'll give me some more fragments. I'm no longer running shrines because, well, they are not needed. Let's see how this looks like. First thing is you're gonna notice is that the Shock Nova of Procession actually is really good for mapping. Oh my god, they're all fucking Exarch runes. I cannot believe it. Unlike the awkward Flame Blast that you had to stand still and channel, you can just sort of run through stuff. Kill whatever you need to kill. And be on with your business. I think this map has... yeah, this map has got some immunity. That's a little awkward. Did I kill everyone? Yes, I seem to have killed everyone. Except for Maliagro, there he is. Well, as you can see, you don't really care for damage. Unless you are one-shot, you are effectively immortal. I really like this build because of it. And it is rather hard to get one-shot, like... It does seem like you have a lot of life reserve, but then again, you're in Petrified Blood, which effectively brings that back. What the hell is this energy shield value? Oh, I'm just face rolling it, I guess. That's always a good sign. Come here, Grav. Hilak. There you go, you can go to intervention. Janus, Scarabs, sure. Give me some Maven frags. Thank you very much. And that's the map. And for the boss, for a change of pace, I'm gonna do Uber Loneliness. Actually, never done it on this character. And I need it for completion purposes. So, let's show him who's boss. The boss damage on this thing is a little bit worse than the Flame Blast of Celerity. Technically, if I were to equip that, my boss damage is gonna be better. But do I really need it? Can I tank his Intolerance Slam? That was a spell block. That barely counts. Some Ubers are gonna be tough. Hey, I could tank it. Nice. Like, Awakener on this build is GG. See you next time. Because he basically disables your regen, and Ubers that disable regen fucking suck. As an afterword, I want to say that there is still much to improve for this build. Like, I'm pretty sure you can invest up to multiple mirrors into this. Ideal setup would include Ivory Tower, the vestigial pair of gloves with the shape, or even regular shape of touch. Probably with the Shaper Touch you can go cock. Like, there is so much variation. I'm not sure I have it in me. Like, has been going for about a month at this point. I'm pretty tired already. I've had 3 characters. As for the 500D version of the build, I give it a solid yes. 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5 mapper. For the budget, it is a 4 out of 5 bosser, I would say. Like, compared to the 5D and 50D budget versions, they fared a little bit better in comparison. Like, it is still better, but if you compare the budgets, oh well, it is what it is. And honestly, the satisfaction from scaling dropped a bit, since to further scale my damage I had to reduce my total life and energy shield. If I were to continue working on this character, I would have to drop the Foulborn Ghost Drive and start scaling with Ivory Tower, at which point it would be a monster. Yeah, buddy? You agree? And with that, I say thank you for watching. I am really glad that those videos do as well as they do, because holy shit, they take a lot of effort. It's like about 20 hours of recording, 20 hours of playing, and then like maybe 20 more hours of editing. This is holy shit, I wasn't ready for this. And yet I am doing it and enjoying it, and for that, thank you very much. Goodbye and see you later.